and it is with great pleasure that I'm standing here with Kire Papputs. Kire, how's
it going?
He is the director of a film that's launching at the Toronto International Film Festival here at Scotia Theatre, which means it's got big screen, big audience, not one of the small theaters, which is fabulous. So will you please tell our listeners the film you are a director of today?
All right, so I wrote and produced and directed The Last Porno Show.
Woo!
I know, right? Don't let the name catch you off guard. It's really a father and son story.
Okay.
That takes place in the last adult cinema in the city.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And this is your story.
Yes, I wrote it. It's kind of, the idea kind of basically came from now my mid-30s. Kind of realizing how sometimes you say or do things you realize, oh, that's what my parents would do or say. So it's kind of a weird feeling when you kind of becoming your parents, right? So
yeah.
I wanted to explore that kind of theme, but setting it in a weird kind of like place that most people probably haven't even thought about or been to.
Yeah. And a time-old story, father and son, but in a whole unique way.
Yeah, it's. I think it's really different. I think it's. It feels a very Toronto movie still, even mostly because of the people I've assembled. Like the cast of people, I think are a lot of interesting Toronto. I've got to consider like just characters and staples, and I think the film has a very kind of strong Toronto feel, and I'm glad that we can be here in our hometown to promote it.
So can you give our viewers a little secret taste that makes them want to come see the film after the massive release? Because you're sold out today, they can't come today, that will make them be engaged and interested.
I think if you're interested in anything that is different, that's trying to push boundaries a bit, break down barriers, especially around stereotypes and any kind of stigmas, this is your kind of movie. This is something that definitely not for everybody, but I think if you're someone who is out looking for something that's the next kind of like weird, boundary pushing thing, this is definitely your movie, so come on and check it out.
Really, it sounds like you're completely disarming some limiting beliefs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think there's a lot of stigma, not especially around pornography, but also, I've casted, Nick Hurd and Dylan Harmon, who are both actors with special needs, who I've used before in my previous films, and like fantastic actors. And I think in this film in particular, they're both playing people who are characters that I don't think you've seen someone with special needs play before. It's going beyond the kind of more stereotypes that are out there, which I really love, and I hope people see that and love it too.
Wow. Is there anybody in this process that you want to be sure to give a shout out to that has you standing here today?
So many people made this possible. Like without my close friends, family. I mean, this movie was really like a labor of love, really low budget. We didn't have a lot of funding to make it happen, but we pushed through the best we could, and now we're standing, doing a TIFF, so we couldn't ask for anything more.
So there's a lot of people with disabilities also watching in the world, and many are potentially interested in being background actors or actors themselves. Do you have any tips or tricks for folks that want to maybe get started?
I think be yourself. Don't try to pretend to be someone else, or don't be someone who you think you should be. Just be true to who you are, and I think that says a lot more, especially when it comes to casting and stuff. I think when people see who you really are and you're natural, they'll hopefully fall in love with that, and just keep pursuing your dreams. I've been doing this whole thing now for 36 years, and it's an uphill battle, but at the end of the day, I love what I do, and I'm super proud of having the film done and having a TIFF. And I think anybody out there who wants to be an actor or a filmmaker with a disability, I think it's just keep doing it, and if it's not working out as the exact way you want to, just keep pushing and keep going, and eventually your hard work will definitely pay off.
Nice. And it sounds like you also went through a lot of adversity, and it took a lot of grit and resilience to be standing here, low budget, and here you are in front of the Scotia Theatre at the Toronto International Film Festival, like mind-blowing, which is phenomenal. And so there's a lot of watchers out there, and you're like this living testimony of what you set your mind to. You can do it. Anything's possible.
Absolutely.
Do you have a we can tip? How is it that you overcome obstacles in those tough moments?
I think the motto kind of stuff is when you stop giving a shit, anything is possible.
Yes.
So I'd say it's more about the mindset of just like, don't worry what other people think, just be true to who you are, do what you want to do, and I think when you realize that, it's endless possibility. You can do whatever you want.
Wow. And so what's the next step for this movie after the launch today?
So it's playing in Hamilton in November, so whoever can't catch it at TIFF can catch it at the Hamilton Film Festival in November, and hopefully from there we're going to be doing some larger international premieres. So stay tuned, check out our website, www.lastpointleshow.com. We'll have lots of updates on when you can see the movie, and more info on there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for watching the Disability Network, and be sure to try to catch the last bits of the Toronto International Film Festival that you can. This is Unstoppable Tracy reporting for TDC.